Hello, Stampers. I'm Sandy Harko with Stampin' Up. Welcome to the Stamp and Go for December the 10th. We meet here every second and fourth Tuesday of the month at 7 o'clock. So put that on your schedule and join us every time we have an event. Tonight, we are going to be using the Happy Hibiscus, which is a new bundle from the online exclusive products with Stampin' Up. If you would like a free kit to make two of the cards that we're making tonight, two of each of the three cards that we're making tonight, you need to place that order for $35 using the host code below. And you need to do that within the next week. So you have until December the 16th to do that. If you would like an extra set of the Drucy embellishments, you'll need to place that order for $50. If you just want the measurements and the supply list, then you need to be on my mailing list because that will come into your mailbox tomorrow morning. If you're not on my email list, you can do that real easily by clicking that link below in the description section. And if you do that tonight, you will get the measurements and supply list tomorrow morning in your inbox. If you are enjoying these events, I would appreciate it if you would share me with your friends. If you're not enjoying these events, you might want to share me with people you don't like so much. But in any case, I would appreciate it if you would share me. Thank you. All right, let's get started. All right, so this is the Happy Hibiscus set that we're using tonight. These are the stamps, and then these are the dies. You can see some of them die cut the stamped images. Others, since this is a hybrid, it die cuts and embosses at the same time. You can see some of the other die cuts. Now, this is the folder, and this is the set of dies that fits right inside your the top, the one that has the Stampin' Up! Emblem. It fits right in there. You can feel it when it's in the right space. It won't move around. Pop your paper in there, close it up, and then run it through your die cut machine. All right, this is the first card that you are going to be making tonight. I love it because I did use the hybrid folder, so it embossed and it cut it out at the same time, which saves you another step there. And we're using those new Drucy embellishments. Can you see those? I'm in love with those because they have lots of sparkle and shine. And you know, if you have been watching this more than one time, you know that I am a sparkle and shine person. All right, let's get started. The first thing that we're going to do is grab the white label, and we're going to stamp the verse, and it says, "You make me smile." Of course, you can always use a different verse if you prefer. Now we're using black ink. It does not matter which black ink you use. I'm using Memento, but it doesn't matter because we're not doing any coloring. All right, we're going to hover over, rock it slightly to make sure we get the top and the bottom of all those letters. Close up our ink to get that out of the way and lay this over at the side. Now that's all the stamping we're going to do. Let's grab the card base, and your card base is boho blue, opens down here at the bottom. And we are going to use it's not basket weave, cane weave. I always want to say basket weave. It's the cane weave folder, the embossing folder. And this is actually the right side, but tonight we're going to use this side. I liked it because it was more of an overall mellow image instead of the kind of in-your-face image that's on the right side. So I'm going to grab my glue. We're going to add a bit of glue to the back side, which is normally the right side, but we're going to use this side this time. And we're going to center that on our card base so you have just a tiny bit of your base border showing all the way around. Just gives it a nice, clean, finished look. All right, the next thing we're going to do, we'll set that over to the side for a second. We're going to grab the white rectangle, and we have a piece of designer paper, and we're going to use this, we're going to use this as our good sign. There we go. All right, and we are going to center this at the top. So you have about 1/8 of an inch showing all the way around, except down here. And that is where we're going to put our greeting. So we're going to flip that greeting over, put a little glue on the back side, and we're going to center that right down here. So you've got about 1/8 of an inch of this white base showing all the way around. Okay, good. Now we're going to play with our die cuts, which look like this. And I use that, I think I mentioned I use that um, uh, textured foil. Isn't that pretty? Gives it such another dimension. So we're going to use dimensionals to pop these on. So I'm going to grab a couple of those and put them on the back side of our biggest flower. And that we're going to center kind of like up here in the corner. We're going to grab the medium-sized one. We're going to grab a couple of more dimensionals, put those back here. And that's going to go right down here. Let's see how I want to orient it this way, I think. Yes, that's good. All right, it will overlap just slightly, and that's fine. And we have one last one for our small flower here. And that is going to get centered right here. Awesome. All right, let's bring back in our base. Add a couple of dots of glue. And we are going to center that so that we're about even at the top, bottom, and sides. Okay, nice. Now the next thing, let's top off our glue here. Next thing we're going to do is grab the Druzy or they're not rhinestones, I don't know what they are, they're dots. And we're using the big silver ones. And we're going to go right up here at the top of that. I believe that's called a stamen. We're going to put one up there. We're going to put one right here in the middle of the medium flower. Now our third one is going to go down here next to our greeting. And then your card is ready for sending. Again, if you're enjoying this evening, I hope that you will like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done that. All right, let's move these to the side and start working on card number 2, which looks like this. All right, so let's get that out of the way. We're going to start with the greeting, and we're using the thanks for being so kind. I'm using black ink. Again, this is Memento. It does not really matter since we're not going to be doing any coloring. All right, there we go. So let's stamp this in the center of that pretty die cut circle that is in the hibiscus set. All right, moving that out, let's set this over to the side. I'm going to grab the Petunia Pop Ink and my blending brush. And we're going to open up the ink. And this is it's the medium-sized flower. It was put through the hybrid, so it's die cut and embossed at the same time. Now I am going to grab a little bit of ink. I'm going to bring back my mat so you can see that. And we're going to just circle around so that we're getting all that pretty embossing highlighted so you can actually see that. I think that's pretty good. You don't want too much on there, but if you like more than that, please feel free to do that. Let's close up our ink. I'm going to lay this over to the side for the time being. And we're going to grab our card base, which is Petunia. Opens on the right-hand side. Now the embossed layer is the distress tile, which, as you know, I really, really like the distress tile. So we're going to add a little bit of glue to the back side. You notice I'm using dots of glue instead of scribbling all over or, big splashes of it. This not only reserves your supply of glue, but also keeps your hands out of it. So if you have trouble getting glue on your hand when you use this stuff, use dots and see if that doesn't help you out, because it just does keep your fingers out of it. And believe me, once you use this liquid stuff, it's not going to come off. Your layers are not going to come off your card. It's permanent. It stays on there forever. All right, the next piece that's going on is the designer paper. Now, all of these supplies and the item numbers and all that good stuff is in the supply list. And if you order the free kit, you will also get that plus photos of the cards and dimensionals. So all that information you will have in your supply list. All right, we're coming down about 3/4 of an inch from the top of the card, centering it side to side. All right, the next piece that's going on is a beautiful die cut. This actually comes from the Flowers of Beauty set. I fell in love with it, and then of course the glimmer paper is the 24 to 26 in color glimmer paper. Such a mouthful. We're going to use some glue dots to hold this on. So we're going to come down here at the bottom where we have some plenty of space to put that. I'm kind of rolling these up in balls, these glue dots into balls, so that we don't have it coming out through the spaces. And then I think about 3. You know what? I'm going to do another one up here at the top just to make sure that that's on there really well. So right up here, we have another ball. And then this is going all the way over here to the left side. And we're just going to press that down. Okay, nice. Now we're ready to grab our flower, and we've already got that colored. I'm going to use a dimensional on the back. And then we're going to center that right here, kind of in the lower left corner. Just press that down. Now we're going to grab our greeting. Thanks for being so kind. And again, if you don't need a thank you card, you can always change out that greeting and then slip that right under your flower. And we're going to come up just a little bit right here. Let me lift that up a second. There we go. And we're going to press that down right there. I think I need to straighten that up. That looks like it's a little crooked. There we go. Nice. Now we're going to grab those Drucy dots again, and we're using the large one and the silver, and that's going right there in the center of our big flower. So now your card is ready for sending. If you're enjoying these classes, we also have Zoom classes every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You can get that information from my blog, which is sandylovesstamping.com, and go under the events tab and you'll find my schedule there. Or you can just email me and I'll send you one. All right, let's take a look at our last card, which looks like this. And this card actually has no stamping on it, but we are using the dies from the Hibiscus set. All right, let's lay that over to the side. We're going to grab the piece of, it's a small rectangle of white, and I am going to use glue dots to adhere the leaves and the flowers here. Now, you don't have to. You can use regular glue. The reason I'm using it is because I'm moving fairly quickly, and by using the glue dots, I don't have to sit and wait for it to set and take hold. So number 1 leaf is going up here. Grabbing another glue dot, and number 2, we're putting that on the back there, is going over here to the side. Now, you can overlap a little bit. That'll be fine because we have a couple of layers going on. So that will be fine. And number 3 leaf is going down here at the bottom. So now you can see the positioning of those leaves. Now we're going to grab another glue dot and start with our flowers. And whoops, this is the back side. I'm going to kind of, bend those little petals up a bit. That gives you a little bit of a dimensional. Pop that first one right there. Grabbing another one on the back side is the glue dot, and we're kind of bending those up. That one is going right over here. Another glue dot. You can use dots of glue, don't forget. And we can pull those petals up, and that one's going right kind of here, almost under this first one. And then our last flower, bending up those petals, is going to go down here in kind of this corner. All right. Now, we're not using the druces on this, but if you like them as much as I do, you are welcome to use those. I am using the large rhinestones, just the basic jewels. And we're going to pop this one right here. So these are the large ones. There we go. Awesome. And we can lay that over to the side. And we're going to bring in the other two layers for this. So we're going to use glue to do this. So we're going to pop some dots on the back and center that on the Flirty Flamingo layer. Just make sure your borders are even all the way around. We're going to add a little bit of glue to the back side of the Flirty and center that over the black. Doesn't that make that whole thing just pop? So you notice the borders are even all the way around. Okay. Slide that over to the side. We're going to bring in our card base, which is thick white, and it opens on the right-hand side. Our embossed layer is the Dashing Designs. And notice I'm still using dots of glue, and this will not come off. I guarantee it will not come off. So it also conserves your glue, and it keeps your fingers out of it. All right. You have about 1/8 of an inch of your card base showing all the way around. And then we're going to add our focal point right here in the center. Now you could put it down here in the corner if you'd like, because that's a different look, and that looks just fine with this card. But I'm putting mine right here in the center. And your card is ready for sending. Remember, if you want to get your free card kit to make 2 of each of these cards, you need to get your order in by 12/16. That's a $35 order. If you want an extra set of Druzy embellishments, that order needs to be $50. And if you just want the measurements and supplies, that will come to your inbox tomorrow if you're on my mailing list. And to get on there, you just go down into the description section and find that link, sign up, and tomorrow you'll get the supplies and all the codes, all the item numbers, everything will be there. Thank you so much for joining us. And just a note, our next one is not going to be on Tuesday. It's going to be on 12/23 instead, because we want to stay away from that holiday time. Take care, enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one.